Hello friends, welcome to JavaFX 3D tutorial. In this video, we will create a Fxml document which contains these two 3D shapes, and in the next video we will see how to rotate the box as well as cylinder. In the last video, we learned about the basics of creating 3D shapes and how we will specify the dimension in all three coordinates. For the box, we will specify width, height as well as depth. That means we specify all three coordinate or XYZ axis. We will use all three axes and we will specify the dimension. Similarly, for cylinder, we will give radius and height. So the radius will form the circle in a plane, that means in a ZX plane. If we consider that, then Y will give the height, that means all three dimension comes into picture. Circle will be in a plane, so that plane stands for two-dimensional coordinate, then height that gives the third dimension. Now we will go to the Fxml and place these two shapes. Then we will access that programmatically in the next video. Now let's go to the demo. Alright, now we will create a empty Fxml and we will name it as fx3d02 box cylinder. And we will use the controller and we will accept the default name for that. Here is our Fxml as well as controller. Let's open the Fxml. So we already have anchor pan. So let's go to shapes, and here if you see there is a box. So we'll simply drag and drop it to the anchor pan. So in the upper left corner you can see the shape. So in the layout, we will specify layout X, say for example 218. You can see how it is moving. In the layout Y, we will specify 64. So the shape is located here. This is 3D box, and since width, height and depth are so small, we are not able to see it properly here. Width, we will specify it as 300. You can see that here. Width. Height, we will specify it as 100. Depth, we will specify it as 60. So this is x-axis and this one is y-axis. Z-axis is pointing towards you. So even if I specify 64 or 60, whatever it is, I won't see the three-dimensional box. So actually it's projected towards you, but since your viewing angle is directly in the z-axis, you are not seeing it. So that's why we are going to rotate this in the next video. For now, let's save this. Now we will place a cylinder. So this is the cylinder. You can look at the icon. So I'm dropping it to anchor pan, and as usual you will be seeing it in the top left corner. Layout X 420 and layout Y 360 or 365. So it's coming towards the bottom. We will specify radius as 20 and height as 250. So I'm just moving it. So if you see here, this is our box, and this one is the cylinder, and the radius is specified in X. This is X, and so Z plane. So since it's in Z plane, it is projected towards you, so that's why you are not seeing the circle shape. So that circle is formed in X and Z plane. Z plane is projecting towards you. Similarly here, depth is projecting towards you. So in the next video we will rotate these two objects. So this is in selected state. Since we want to rotate it in the next video, we will specify a FX ID, FX 3D box, FX 3D cylinder. That's the ID we are giving here. Now we will save this once. View, show, sample, controller. We will copy these two Fxml IDs. Here, if required, we can do the formatting. And if you see FX ID, depth, height, layout X, layout Y, and width. So that forms the box. Then for cylinder, we already gave the FX ID. We will make an entry in the controller, but for now we have the FX ID in Fxml. We will make an Fxml entry now in the controller. So we are done with the formatting here. Now if required, we can close this. Now we will go to the controller. We already copied the IDs in the clipboard. It's still staying there. So we placed Fxml entries. Now we will do the import. We did this many times in our previous sub-series. So JavaFX scene shape. So I told shape 3D, right? So it's there in shape itself. So in the slide, I specified it wrongly. Then cylinder, shape, cylinder. That's all. Now we will click save all. So that's all. We made our Fxml entry. We will continue from next video. So in the previous video we talked shape 3D, right? So it's not shape 3D. Box and cylinder is organized inside the shape itself. So just now you saw the demo of creating those two shapes in Fxml. Thank you for watching. Bye.